back to another day, another stream. I hope y'all are doing well though on this Sunday today. My day was pretty good. All I did today was I went to church this morning and that went really well. And then after that I just came home and just relaxed. Cause y'all, basically Sundays are more laid back and just recovering from the week and then just preparing to do it again tomorrow. So, yeah. So if anyone on here is new, welcome. And if you are a returning guest who's been on here before, or mod who's been here, welcome back. But yeah. So, yeah, but right now we're not doing a whole lot. So hopefully we get people on here this time, because the past couple of times I went live on here, I don't know why people haven't joined the past couple of times. So it's a little bit made me be like, you know what? I'm going to do it the next day I do a stream or the next day itself. So, knock on wood, y'all, that hopefully we get people in here today. Because, it's not a live stream without y'all on it. So, yeah, but right now we're just hanging out. So feel free to come on in, ask questions, say hey. Just let loose. When I say that though, y'all, when I say let loose, mean let all stress and just chaotic situations go, because when it comes to my channel is nothing but positivity on here. So if someone's gonna come in here and start any stupid drama in here that's not anything, well, in other words, basically if you're coming in here, like for example, cussing at anyone in the chat or trying to aim at me and do it, that's kind of the drama I'm talking about. Or if you're gonna come in here and say something inappropriate, that really ain't cool at all. And plus we have a whole lot of people who either they've went through something back in the day and they don't like it as well when people act up, which none of us honestly do not like it when someone just acts like a fool of themselves. Because at the end of the day, to me, I'd rather have an environment on here where where basically anyone can come on here. Excuse me, I keep coughing. Where anyone can come on here stress-free without going insane for no reason. But yeah. So. Yeah, but right now it's only 9:16. At the moment. So. Yeah, it's only 9:16, about to be 9:17 pretty soon. So really all we're just doing now is we're just hanging out. So this is the perfect opportunity to swing by and ask questions or say hey or just catch up. And y'all, on my streams, I do a lot of talking streams, just normal conversations with y'all. Like y'all, my point of view of my live stream, sometimes I will do something too, but it's not often. My point on here is to, like, in other words, my point of view when it comes to my live streams is to just talk about what's on our minds and just kind of what we're going through. But also, we're human. We can just talk about, um, like, basically, because, a lot of us here, one of us, or really more of us, technically, are going through something, out of it's physically, mentally, or medically, or really anything, really. So, like, some of y'all might be coming on here, and y'all been dealing with medical issues, or you're coming on here and y'all have been dealing with physical or mental health issues. Or if you're coming on here because you've been struggling with your disability or medical condition you have of any kind, you know. So really the majority of us here have something, like there's something that we are facing, but we are struggling with it, you know. There's some people who aren't struggling, but that doesn't mean that they are actually struggling. Because some people just mask it and just act like, okay, it's not a big deal. I'm not gonna really handle it right now. But the thing is, if you just do that and you're like, okay, I'm not gonna deal with all that, well, you might cause yourself more problems later on. Mel, how are you doing? It's been a minute. How are you doing? Hopefully you've been doing good. But yeah, cause y'all, like I said, there's a lot of people who are struggling with something on here. Like y'all, I am a 19 and a half year epileptic, and I have just, I've been fighting through each day, doing my best I can, and just having faith in myself throughout all of it. Because kind of one of the ways, honestly, that I do remain like this and happy. But I'm also human too. I have emotions too, but sometimes I will show you guys behind the scenes of that, but sometimes I won't. It just depends. But as a 19 and a half year, almost 20-year epileptic, all I've done is have faith in myself and just put my faith in God throughout my years. But then also, if I am having a day where I am having side effect problems with my epilepsy, such as headaches, dizzy spells, which for some people that don't know that, some people with epilepsy, not everyone that would have it and stuff like that. Not every single person with epilepsy has those side effects, but some. It's basically just medications, though. It's nothing like alarming. But for me, I'm one of those who occasionally I will have either just a headache like any one of us gets, but for people with epilepsy, it just tends to feel a lot. It just tends to feel a little bit more intense. Hang on. Okay. Hey, you guys, I'm back. Sorry, my mom she was talking to me about something private. So, yeah, I'm back. So let's continue what we were just doing. So where the heck was that before I had to pause? Oh, yeah, I was talking about other stuff. But, yeah, I mean, as a lot of you do know, I am a 19-and-a-half-year epileptic. And the thing is, oh yeah, I was talking about side effects. That's where I left off. But yeah, so some people with epilepsy, not everyone, but some in between, will experience headaches and dizzy spells. But it's just because the way the medication reacts and works and stuff like that. But it's just the way all the brain signals and stuff work. But yeah, so even I deal with a ton of those on a daily basis, but sometimes it's not always daily. Like, it's not always every single day. It's maybe like every couple days, every few days, or maybe every little bit or so. But what the heck is that? Sorry, I was hearing one of my dogs outside my door. But that's good to hear that you're doing good, Mel. But yeah. And I mean, y'all, I'll say this too. Going through any medical condition is hard because there's not really a whole lot of easy things that come with it. You know, like if you're diagnosed with like ADHD, for example, like my boyfriend has ADHD. It's not always easy because for people who have it, it's different for everyone. Like some people get angry a lot easier. Some people are more calmer in it, like just a normal person, like me. For example, I don't have ADHD, but I'm pretty calm and chill back. But also some people are confused sometimes, like they don't learn quick pace. Like, first of all, to kind of tell you guys about my boyfriend with that, for example, a lot of you know he has ADHD, but his ADHD is the more chill back ADHD, where it is more like he's more like me, for example. Like he's not like, oh, squirrel alert, you know. He's not like, go chaos mode, don't try to aim at me for anger complaints, stuff like that. I'm beyond thankful for that, because if he were like that, oh, that would be a big complaint. Or else I would have to get my best friend involved and be like, get on to him. Because for real, at the end of the day, I would not want to deal with anyone. But I'm thankful to God that he is not anywhere close to that. You would do good working HR for, you would. I mean, yeah, maybe. I mean, management's pretty crazy, but I mean, you never know. I mean, I probably could. It doesn't hurt. It'll take a lot. And let me say this: working in management or HR, oh, takes a ton. Like, it takes a lot of patience to deal, because the way you gotta sometimes deal with customers or people, like, let's say if someone's coming, like, let's say if I ended up, like, let's say in the future I was management for, like, let's say Walmart or something like that, or really any store related, and let's say you get the classic case of Karen coming in the building and harassing one of the workers, and they're like don't get the manager involved. And then let's say Karen's like, get them. I don't get it, because Karens act like, okay, y'all, best description of Karens is think about a mix of high schoolers acting stupid mixed with like bullies, but also mixed with like adult, but also mixed with very bad temperament. It's like all of that. Because Karen's, oof, you never know what she's gonna do to you. Like, you do not know what she's gonna do. But, yeah. But for management, oof, it takes a lot of gut to really handle. I mean, y'all, for example, if I had to hear somebody was being rude to a worker of mine, if I did work in the HR department, oh, heck no. Yeah, I'm only 5'3", and actually, for people who never know this, for people who are short, especially females that are short, really, like 5'5" and under, oh, somewhere in between all of us, we'll have some kind of spunk in our system because we're short. So, yeah, so Karens have to be prepared, because if you see a short manager walk out, that's full swing. And plus, y'all, my hair would be tied back like this. Like, it would be full on ponytail or whatever, but especially a ponytail. Walking out and just preparing for the worst, because that's what happens, y'all. That's what people do out there these days. I don't know why there's such people that are jerks, but there are. But, yeah, exactly. There's a whole lot of areas that can definitely do that. But, yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, people just need to respect one another and not try to even cause a scene, Like, y'all, basically, hang on, y'all, let me just say it this way. Like, y'all, starting tomorrow, it'll be officially 1 more month until I'm 20. And so, literally in like a month and a half, almost, like starting tomorrow. Oh, crazy. Heck. Yeah, I mean, for those of you that haven't been on here in a while, like right now we're only like 2.5 months in. But tomorrow will be officially a month in until I'm 20. Literally insane. Like, literally wild. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I can't even believe it myself at this point. But also, something more crazier is, I think it's like September 4th for me, that it marks 19 years ago. Because some of you have told this story too, but a lot of you know, with my epilepsy journey, I had some pretty crazy trauma when I was way younger. Like, I was almost 2. Like, I was a month before I was 2. That I had to have brain surgery just to have a chance at living. And so, literally, basically, on the 4th of September is 19 years of that. And to look back, and literally, I will be looking back at that and just go, wow. And even right now, I'm looking at that. Well, it's still like 18 years right now, almost 19. And like, it's crazy of how far I've came to within that amount of time. Oh, and if anyone is curious on how AJ's doing for a lot of you guys, he's doing pretty good. We actually talked on the phone earlier today, which went well. And hopefully, knock on wood, we'll have him possibly out here within hopefully October. But I've gotta wait and see if I just have to wait to hear back a response from him to see what his aunt says about the week that we're going with, just to see if he is able to do those days in October. And then I'll know for sure by then. Yeah. But, and also, y'all, in about 17 more days, so right now, like 3.5 more weeks, we will officially be 2 years official. So it'll be our 2-year anniversary that we've been together on the 18th. Also next month. Honestly, y'all, I'm not gonna lie. It's wild to believe that we have currently been doing really well since all of it. Like, I can't believe next month I can't believe on the 18th of next month I'll be saying that. Because I have a feeling I'm gonna scream at some point. I don't know. I feel like I might scream at some point on that day because of how far we've came. Like, for those of you who haven't really have followed me since, well, actually, no, a lot of you didn't really follow me around then because I wasn't really going at content that much because of school. But for those of you who have heard me talk about this, AJ, y'all, is my longest relationship. Like, he's currently my longest relationship, which will be 2 years coming up within 3.5 weeks. Crazy. And so, yeah, so this is the next big deal. Even first year is a big deal too, because you made a year of just celebrating y'all together. But with it keep going, it's gonna get you really in that emotion state. But let me fix my pointer real quick. But yeah, it's wild. So yeah, Mel, 2 years coming up. It's wild. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. And just to kind of re-show everybody again, because I did show this not that long ago, but for some people who have came back, but it's been a minute since they've been back in here, I will re-show everybody us our current globe right now. So basically, let me pull it up real quick, so give me just a minute. Let me do this real quick. So this was us our first year dating. But actually, though, this was the first day we started dating, which was September 18th, 2023. And for those of you who want to know how old we were at that time, we both were 17. I was almost 18. I think I was about a couple weeks before I was 18 at the time. So basically, probably 2.5, almost maybe 3.5, 2 weeks before I was 18. in this photo, but it's crazy to see. And then I'll show you guys what, hang on, I'll show you guys what we look like now. So let me just find a good one of us to really show you guys to get the accurate. There's so many good pics of us too. So, let's see. Give me just a moment. But this is us now. Crazy. But yeah, you guys, that is us currently at the moment. So it's crazy. It's crazy that I'm saying that. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, this is one of my favorite photos of us too. Sorry, something was. But no, that's pretty interesting though, about your one comment I see. I know I did see that a couple minutes ago, but I was looking at something else too at that time. But yeah, so for those of you on here, that's what we look like now. Just crazy. So it's literally crazy. I might give it a few minutes though, just so y'all can see it really good. But yeah, that's what we look like now though, y'all, which is crazy. Like I said, it's crazy to believe that it went from us seniors. Yeah, so yeah, for anyone who wants to refresh that, so the first picture, like, that was us senior year, y'all, because y'all, we met in high school, but we technically met when we were both sophomores, but we were friends sophomore and junior year and half of senior year before we became official. And then homecoming week of senior year is when we hit it off. Like, y'all, I still remember that day. Like, I'm not gonna lie. And oh my gosh, it was just unheard of. Like, it was literally unheard of. But yeah, I mean, y'all, I'm thankful to God that he gave me AJ, because he so far over the past year and a half right now, he has, like, currently since day one, he has shown nothing but what true love should look like, and not what toxic relationship should be looking like. Like, not the typical toxic ones. And even each day, I'm just beyond thankful for him, because even he's been by my side through thick and thin, but also he's been with me by my side through a lot. Like, there's been times I've went through things, he's been next to me, and also through medical processes too. Like, for example, even I tend to also have dizzy spells and my headaches around him too, and sometimes, y'all, a lot of those make me feel not the best. Like, actually, last time when he was out here, at one point I ended up having an episode, but luckily for like a couple days, but they were like, it would be gone by the morning, but then at some point later in the day it would start again. And so I was thankful that AJ was next to me when it happened, so he was able to calm me down, but also I was able to lay down and relax with him and not just try to feel too overstimulated over it. But yeah. Alright. Bye, Mel. I'm glad that you came in here. I'm glad someone actually came in this live for once. So I'm glad that you came in here, Mel. The next day after this that I do stream is Tuesday. After this. But I'm still gonna be on here for a little while. For at least a little bit. But yeah, I mean, y'all, it's incredible, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah. So anyway, yeah. So yeah, but anyway, that's just what's happening there. But yeah. So yeah. But also, y'all, to do a little fit check, right now I am wearing I'm just wearing a light jacket, which this jacket was from, I think, Tractor Supply, which is just a normal lightweight zip up hoodie that's good to wear in here when it gets kind of too cold for me to handle it. And then underneath it, I am wearing my pajama dress, which this is a dress, by the way, for anyone who's wondering, because I have worn this, and I did get like a couple people thinking I was a top, just a shirt, but that's just because the perspective of it made it look like it. But yeah. So yeah. But basically that's what's. And then I'm wearing these black hoops. These are I actually have a different set of like different earrings from Time True, and this is another set of the black ones I have, but these are the medium size ones, not ones. Like, these are a little bit bigger than what I'll show you actually. Just gotta grab them. Oh, right here. So for example, these are the standard ones I wear for the majority of like live streams, but also throughout the day. A lot of the time. Because these are one of the main earrings I tend to wear. Especially if it's just like a day like this where I'm just lounging around the house doing nothing much but relaxing and stuff like that. It's really good. It is really good for that because it won't, like, they're small and lightweight. So like these, you like right now I can't even feel that I'm wearing them. That's how light they are. But they're also nice too because it makes me look cute, but also it doesn't look too much, especially when I'm just chilling in just a t-shirt, shorts, or just in my pajamas with a hoodie on, or with my hair tied back. And so yeah, with really anything on, it doesn't look too much. It looks just like normal casual. Like, basically what I would wear. And so, yeah. But, yeah, that's what's happening. Sorry, I keep hearing my dogs next door doing something. So, give me a minute. Hang on, I'm just finding my other black earring real quick of that one, because I think it's either around here or it's up here in a pile, but just very sneaky, because you never know. You never know where it's located. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, hopefully everyone is staying safe out there these days, because y'all, life is crazy out there. There's just a ton of people just, you know, they don't know how to act mature, and especially if they're adults out there. That's honestly, y'all, when they're adults, that's kind of the more dumb part. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm a young adult and stuff like that. Like, I'm like technically, y'all, by law, I'm a young adult. Like, they always classify us at 18, but I'm 19 though. Yeah, and also, y'all, it doesn't kind of, I don't know, y'all, it kind of does not make sense why by law they call us illegal. Well, they call us a young adult by 18, but technically 20 is, like, adult aged. Kind of crazy, but, yeah, you know, that's just how my brain works, y'all. But, so, yeah, but right now we're just hanging out, relaxing. So this is the perfect opportunity for y'all to come by and say hey and just talk for a bit. Like I said, that we're not really doing a lot right now, so just feel free to stop by and say hi and just ask questions. And just know questions can be anything but inappropriate stuff is all I will tell you. So don't attempt to ask, or don't even try to attempt to ask or say anything that might that is inappropriate, or don't try to say anything that also would make someone very uncomfortable. So that's just, you know, I'd rather my live streams be a safe environment for a lot of y'all, but also, you know, a lot of us here are going through a ton of things, so we don't want to make it feel a lot worse than it has to be. But so alright, let's do this. Yeah, so. Oh, Lord. Actually, I do need to take my earrings off, though, because basically around this period of time, like, technically, like, within an hour ago, I would have had these off, because that's usually what I do, too, when I'm back in here about, like, 8, at least 8 or 7:50, is to take my earrings off. So yeah, you all can see there's a difference there. It's a lot bigger. Yeah, so they're basically bigger than what this one is. If I were to zoom in like that. I need to figure out where the other one went, though, of that small one. So it has to be like either behind something, because that's only where it's gotta be, because I haven't worn my small ones, I don't think, since yesterday. But yeah, that's basically all I know, though. So, so give me just a minute. But anyway, let's see. Yeah, messed around for a few minutes. I kind of chill. But yeah, so anyway, yeah. But in the world am I looking at? But yeah, so am I looking like I've got? Sorry, I'm looking at my second. What more was that? But like I was saying, yeah. So now all we're just gonna do is just relax, though, y'all. So feel free to come in here, ask questions. You know, because that's what we do here. Is we do that on here. But yeah. So, yeah. But that's just what we're doing, though. So, yeah, so feel free to ask whatever. Yeah. Yeah, but, so, trying to fix all this. But yeah, so, yeah. But, yeah, we're just hanging out right now. But y'all, last night was pretty crazy. So last night, y'all, probably around 12:30 in the morning, I was staying up like I would normally would do, and I was just chilling, watching a live, because there's this one person that goes live every Saturday and Friday, and I was in the middle of watching her live, and at some point, I started to hear this weird, like, alarm beep sound. Like, the weirdest alarm sound. And so, I'm like, what the heck is that? And so, I go over to my curtains. Because, for reference, the sound was coming this direction. Like, outside the wall. So, I go to look through my window to see what was happening. Just to get a sense. And what do I know? Well, what do I know is that, our septic system, okay, I don't know who on here has a septic system to, like, I don't know how many people in here have a septic, um, as like y'all's house plant or is connected to and stuff like that. But we have a septic system, and apparently, y'all, let me say this, for 2 freaking hours last night. So basically, from when I heard that, I'm like, it took me a minute. I'm like, what do I do? So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna wake my mom up and let her know what's going on. And so I told her, hey, I'm hearing the septic system go off from my room. And so, and for reference, actually, y'all actually, man, if I was live last night, y'all would have heard it around an hour through each sentence. But, you would hear it from this room going out to that door. Like, all of this hallway out here. Like, not back here where this wall is, but, like, basically from, like, outside from in here to out there, but just straight through. Just that hallway. Not the other part, but the first, just straight ahead. You can hear it, like, you could actually hear it a lot louder. And so, and I was surprised my dad was knocked out. Like, he was knocked out of sleep. And so I thought he would have heard it too, because first off, he was next door. Like, he was just across from me. And so, but that's because he was sleeping with my brother. But, yeah. So let's just say for 2 hours straight, the septic system alarm was going off like crazy. From the hours of 12:30 from the hours of 12:30 to 2:15. And so, basically, an hour, 15 minutes after I normally would be going to bed, which is around 2. But the fact, like, I was kind of getting ready for bed around then, but yeah, it was crazy. And so, even y'all, I mean, I was surprised I was able to wake up for church this morning. I mean, y'all, what's crazy is I've stayed up till 2 on Saturday nights, like the night before church, and I wake up by my alarm at like 6:05, and all of a sudden I wake up perfectly fine. So yeah, so it was wild last night. And so but it, yeah, so my dad, I guess, called the people who work on stuff like that, and tomorrow they're coming out to look at it and see what's up. But yeah, it was crazy. Like, that's the first I've ever heard it go off, for me at least. But hang on, y'all, get back. But yeah, it was bizarre though. Like, yeah, it was crazy. And also, y'all, I turned the big lamp off because right now it's 10:05, and so kind of what I do, I will tell you guys, is kind of, actually, if anyone kind of wants to know a little bit of my night routine a little bit, to kind of tell y'all by live what that looks like I'll quickly go over it. But what that basically looks like is, so basically what that looks like though is, so basically what that looks like is, around 7:45 or almost 7:50, 8 o'clock, I come in here with my dinner because I really eat dinner in my room, y'all. Just so that way my dogs are not begging. Because everyone who has, all of you, not everyone, but for those of you on here who have dogs, everybody knows how they can be when we're eating in peace. They will literally will be begging because they're just hoping for something to fall off for it to rain whatever you're eating, which is stupid. But so I eat in here so that way I don't have to get that weird, awkward begging. Think about that almost as if a 3-year-old is trying to get your attention over and over and over. That's kind of what they do, but just stare at you like, come on, is it that time already? And so so basically after that I take off any kind of jewelry or whatever I would do just to kind of give them a break, because that's for example my earrings. I need to take my ring and my watch off here in a minute, but basically I take all my things of jewelry off, so my watch, my ring, my earrings, except my glasses, because y'all, those are important. Because y'all, I will literally be looking like I'm blind. I mean, I'm not looking like I'm blind, but not like, because I mean, if I was blind, I won't be able to see the chat. But eyesight blurriness would make me look like I'm blind. But because it would be hard to read the chat without them after an extended period of time. But so after I do all of that, I just kind of go with the flow. At that point, I will go on to Instagram or Facebook and watch reels off there and send them to either my best friend or my boyfriend, or just send them to a couple of my friends off the bat. So I'll send reels to a couple of my friends, or even my boyfriend, because y'all, we send reels like crazy. Y'all, let me just say this, and even the thing about me and my boyfriend is we will send reels even if we're in person. Like, that's one thing about us that you will catch us doing at some point, is you will catch us watching reels on Instagram in between our hangouts, and we will be finding ones to send each other. Like, I think that's like the funniest part about us, is like, y'all will catch us literally sending reels back to back in person. And so, and y'all, we even do our snap streak in person, so that way we don't lose our streak, because right now we're at, like, I forgot, it's 100 something day streak. I totally forgot, but it's a lot though. But at our 100, I really forgot. It's somewhere in the 100s though. Let's just say it like that, because it's a lot to memorize. But anyway, so that's what I do, and then when it hits like 2 o'clock in the morning, I start to get everything ready for bed. So I start to brush my teeth, I start to do my night skincare routine, and then I make sure I rinse my retainers and put them in, and then I go over to my TV over there, and I um get that on because, as I don't know a lot of you know this, but some of you do, I sleep with worship music on to help me sleep. For me, it's a sensor kind of thing. But then I also sleep with headphones that's like hanging under the jacket. But yeah, so that's basically what my night routine consists of. But anyway, um, yeah, but yo, I've been on here for quite a little while. Well, maybe like an hour, almost. But like almost an hour. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off here so that way I can charge my phone. But it was good talking to a lot of you. Even though one person showed up, hey, it's fine. Everyone else will still see um this live too when it gets posted. So I will be back on here stream wise on Tuesday. But I will see you guys out and about.